movie Bilal is the first full featured animation movie. Um, I've read that you have spent several years working on this movie, and as a scriptwriter, how was your experience being you know, how was your experience being the director
Yeah.
for the first time, and what obstacles did you face?
Well, it's different experience for me because the original producer, the producer and the story's creator originator is Ayman Jamal.
Yeah.
He's been working on it for 8 years, and once he got the green light, that's when I came in. And I was originally a sculptor, so I've worked for characters and toys and collectibles. I've done statues for animation, so I had a background when it comes to designing characters. And when Ayman came with this script, it was still in a development phase where it wasn't really animation friendly, so that's where I got involved with the script. So side by side we designed the characters so they appeal more to a wider audience, and we designed the script so it works for an animated movie. So it's it's a very different process than live action filmmaking. It's not very fast, and you need to always look at your steps as you take them. You need to be very careful as to what decision you make, which either takes the audience out or into the movie. So keeping all of that in mind, I think Bilal is a very action-packed film. It's an action adventure. It's a historic epic, but an animated movie has never been an historic epic. You usually see films like Gladiator or Kingdom of Heaven, and they're live action films with high production value. So our movie is more surreal, but it's the same genre. So the audience will be a bit confused when they see it, but they will also like it a lot. Yeah.
My next question is, the story focuses on how Bilal finds courage to raise, his voice and to make a change against greed and injustice.
Yeah.
What drew you to this concept in your film, and what effect do you intend to, on your
Well,
audience?
again, in the Muslim world, we grow up with this story, and Bilal is a character in this story, but it's more about the religion itself. So we want to promote the heroes in our region, and Bilal is one of them. And it's his anything. I mean, I don't know. You have so many superheroes in the West, right? And they're not actual people. And this is what Ayman also keeps on telling us. When you have a real person and he's a real hero, I think it's more inspiring than a fictional character telling you to be a hero. And we all went on board thinking that, that we need to promote Bilal as the hero he was. But he went through a lot of struggles for his freedom, being a very small kid, taken away. You lose your family at such a young age. You see that even now, in this time and age. And he grows up, and at a point where you don't expect him to stand up, he rises against all the oppression, and he's just using his voice. He doesn't have an army behind him, So it's just one man's courage that brought him out of his situation, and that's something that you can apply to your life in any level. Use your voice, inspire yourself to be better. I think that's what we want to convey with the movie. Yeah.
You have created a stepping stone for feature animation films in Dubai. How do you see the development and scope of animation in UAE?
It can go both ways, right? There are two lines here. Let's say the movie's successful, we get an international release, the whole world sees it, and there's a lot of scope. Maybe more studios will come up, and it's how the public will receive it now. It's up to the public. But yes, we have a good infrastructure when it comes to Barajan. We want to tell stories to the world from this region, from our history, and universal stories, not very stereotypical, not specific to a certain nation or people, for everyone. So we intend to continue that after Bilal. But yeah, it should open up the market more. I mean, if you're a student going into animation, you should think of going more into directing or more into filmmaking rather than just executing animation. I think that's the future. We need more visionaries because it's very important for this region.
Thank you so much, and all the very best for the movie.
Thanks so much.